Breaking news in the Bronx. This is Bronx Fan Central.
Wearing those pinstripes carries weight. It demands results. What's up, baseball fans? Brace yourselves because today's news is massive. Because while a lot of people are focused on the obvious stars of the Yankees rotation, there is one name that could quietly flip the script on this season: Ryan Weathers. And before anyone rolls their eyes and says this is an exaggeration, let me tell you what's going on behind the scenes at spring training. The numbers circulating among analysts are just absurd. We're talking about a pitcher who is generating over a 50% whiff rate against batters. That means more than half of their attempts to make contact are finding nothing but air. And that's not all. His fastball is touching near 98.5 mph for a lefty. And when a southpaw starts mixing velocity, a slider, a sweeper, and a changeup with that kind of efficiency, the conversation changes completely. Because suddenly, what looked like just a strategic trade by the Yankees could turn into something much bigger. It could be the emergence of an X-factor inside the Bronx rotation. And if that is really happening, the 2026 season might have just found its great hidden weapon. But hold on, because when you start looking at the details of his repertoire, the story gets even more interesting. Smash that like button right now if you won't accept anything less than a championship this season. Inside the Yankees organization, the early reports on Ryan Weathers are turning heads for one simple reason: true technical dominance. In the early tests of spring training, internal data shows batters are swinging and missing over 52% of the time against him. That kind of number doesn't just happen by accident. It happens when a pitch repertoire starts working in perfect harmony. The four-seam fastball is averaging close to 98.5 mph, which completely changes the batter's perception in the box. But the real problem for anyone facing Weathers isn't just the velocity, it's the combination. The slider, the sweeper, and the changeup are all generating whiff rates above 50%. In other words, there isn't just one dangerous pitch. There is an entire system of attack against the hitter. Among performance analysts, some have already started to notice something curious. The movement profile of Weathers' pitches resembles the style of dominant pitchers in the league, like Tarik Skubal, Jesus Luzardo, and Garrett Crochet, all names associated with high strikeout rates. And there's one more technical detail that stands out. One of Weathers' breaking pitches features almost 19 inches of horizontal movement, creating a brutal break at the end of the ball's trajectory. For a batter, that means one simple thing: by the time they commit to the swing, the ball is no longer where they expected it to be. In his only start so far this preseason, the result was a small glimpse of what could be coming. 3 2/3 innings, 5 strikeouts, only 1 hit allowed, no walks, no runs. Sure, it's still spring training. But when numbers like these start popping up inside a team already contending for a title, coaches start paying very close attention. Because sometimes a season doesn't change because of the superstar. Sometimes it changes because of the piece no one saw coming. Now let me speak as a fan from the Bronx. I'm not interested in cute rebuilding stories. I'm not interested in promises. I want a championship. And when I look at this Yankees team, I see a roster that was already strong enough to fight for the American League last year. Injuries got in the way. It happens. But the mentality here is simple: World Series or bust. And that's exactly why the name Ryan Weathers grabs my attention. Because every championship team has this. Every single one. A player always emerges who starts the season as a gamble and ends up as an essential weapon. A guy nobody was putting at the top of the conversation. A guy who simply breaks out. If these numbers we're seeing now hold up when the season starts, the Yankees might have found exactly that: a 26-year-old lefty with elite velocity, with 5 working pitches, and an absurd strikeout rate. That changes a series. That changes the playoffs. That changes the entire season. And I'm going to say something that might bother some fans. If Ryan Weathers truly turns into this monster on the mound, the Yankees rotation could become one of the most dangerous in the entire MLB. And then, my friend, the conversation changes completely. Covering the Bronx every day takes dedication. Support our Buy Me a Coffee at the daily content link in the description and help the channel grow. Now I want to hear from you, because the question up in the air is simple, but extremely important for the Yankees this season. Do you believe Ryan Weathers can truly become the X-factor of the rotation in 2026? Or is all this just spring training smoke that vanishes once the pressure of the regular season hits? Comment down below, because this discussion promises to get heated among Bronx fans. Subscribe to Bronx Fan Central and hit that notification bell. See you in the next video.